Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I guess I'm more of a YouTuber now and less of a musician, but that's okay because I'm having fun. Are you having fun? I'm having a great time. I don't know if you guys have seen my reaction / analysis content to the GBB24 Loopstation category this year, but as you may know, I judged it this year. I got to give my insight. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Loopstation this year was so high level, and I know Swiss Beatbox likes to do this thing where they post the top 10 drops, the top 10 drops, and I was like, cool, I love that idea. I love it so much that I'm gonna steal it. And today what I'm gonna be giving you is my own subjective, not top 10 drop list, but my top 10 favorite moments. The reason I'm saying moments instead of drops is because the drop is just one part of the whole picture. Some of the performances at this GBB I really enjoyed, but the drop was just a small part of what I enjoyed about the performance that I enjoyed, if that makes sense. So today I'm gonna be breaking down my top 10 favorite Judge Biscuit moments of GBB this year. The things that I really enjoyed to watch, the things that upon reflection, I'm like, wow, that was really good. And remember, before you go into the comment section and you get all angry and you're like, that number 1, that number 3, I deserve the number 5. You have to remember, this whole music thing, it's subjective. You have an opinion, I have an opinion. This is my video, so that's my opinion! Also, hopefully my explanations about each moment can give you a little bit of insight into why it may have listed so high, for me, personally. I wanted to start the video off with some honorable mentions, however, there were so many great moments that it's impossible to compile them all into a top 10 list, so I'm going to do the 3 that I had just outside the top 10. Coming in at 13th, I guess, Saijo's second round in his small final against Rage. This kind of liquid drum and bass thing has been done on Loopstation before, but the accuracy to real life songs by, you know, producers like Camo and Crooked, Ramses B, probably more that I'm forgetting, it was like spot on. While I wish the ideas themselves could have been a little bit more fleshed out, it felt like a little bit of a rough draft. That's why it didn't enter into my top 10. But man, that vinyl flick into the A minor chord was like such a beautiful moment, and it really showed me that Saijo captured the sound design of this genre super well, as well as his little was it either it being pitch bend or transpose sounded super nice on the bass texture, and then mixing it up with the tremolos in between. Mwah, chef's kiss. Up next at number 12 for me, we have Duncan's first round against Rage, where he does Megalovania. Oh my god, I love Undertale. As I talked about in my reaction video with Rage and Duncan, I really appreciate Duncan's use of sampling. It's really smart, it's really cute, it hooks the audience in, and then the drop right after is like so unexpected and hits way harder because of it. In this case, I really loved his ring mod slicer, maybe the Yoshi ass sound effect. It just all really worked for me. The garage flow on top of it, it was just super nice. Had me really hype. Surprised me quite a bit. It kind of was short-lived, but it was a really nice moment for me. I wish it had either lasted longer or was built upon just a little bit more. And just outside the top 10 at number 11 is Yasuid's Can I Get Footbox to the Stage, Please? Never mind, fuck that guy.
Thank you. Can I get Footbox to the stage, please? Actually, fuck it. I don't need him.
I had heard Yasuid do this routine at Hot 10 before, like 3 months prior to GBB, and I recognized the routine just from the chords that he was laying just before the drop, but him asking Footbox G to come to the stage, obviously Footbox G wasn't at Hot 10, but he capitalized on the opportunity perfectly now that Footbox was actually at GBB this year, and he could actually physically bring him to the stage and then say, go away. It was really smart and funny. Not to mention the concept behind that routine is already really smart, and he executed it really nicely on stage. And now we are entering the top 10 things that I personally really enjoyed watching / listening to at this GBB. So here we go. Coming in right in at that number 10 spot, it is Matei's entire first round against 808 Ben, and oh my goodness.
Ben, and it's only the quarterfinals. Take it slow. I'm not here to fuck you up. I'm just here to play my show. So please, Bennett, take it slow. I don't want the prize money, just vacation with my girlfriend. So please, Bennett, take it slow.
This round was just pure entertainment and trolling and humor at its finest. Like, it doesn't get better than this. Everything from setting up the beat with lip rolls and a lip bass instead of some crazy filter Osbot thing, that was all I needed to know that we were going to be in for something different. And then he started saying hoop da da da, and I didn't know what to think anymore. And then he drops the beat and starts rapping in the most chill voice and flow that you've ever heard come off of somebody on a GBB stage. Bro was really up there vibing. And then he referenced the Robin drop against Dice just for no reason, just for the funnies, purely the funnies. Had a beautiful trumpet solo, had a beautiful which is so, every time Matei does that, I find it hilarious. The bars were hysterical. The delivery was also hysterical. It was the complete antithesis to what 808 Bannon was bringing to the table, and it was very refreshing and fun to watch. On a completely different note, coming in at number 9, we have Raindrops by Saijo, his round 1 versus Cardo.
Raindrops in the mountains, whispers in your ear, millions I stop counting.
I really like this arrangement. I think the melody that he uses and the lyrics are really pretty. When he started layering the harmonies and then slid that bass in during the 4th one, I knew we were in for a treat. And then we get to the drop, and it's this nice 3-4-6-8 swung thing, and it just grooves really hard. And the thing about this drop too is that it keeps getting better. There keep becoming more and more details, more and more fills that get compiled and added on, and you just never know what you're about to be hit with next, whether it's a filter, a tremolo, a slicer, a tremolo with a different rate. You know, he's constantly changing up the rhythms and the sounds and the textures, and he even changes the key at one point.
Key change.
And speeds it up a little bit just to keep it feeling nice and fresh. I think just the sheer beauty of this round, compiled with the EDM, dubstep, fills, ADHD shit that I really like to listen to and that keeps looping interesting for me, I think this definitely deserves a spot in the top 10. Coming in at number 8, we have Duncan once again with another sample, this time from Coffin Dance. This is coming in after about 2 minutes of Megu Megu Fire, which is already super fun. And then he starts building up, and I'm like, what could he possibly do from here? The last thing I was expecting was Coffin Dance. And the last thing after that was a filthy, like, neurofunk drum and bass drop. And then what I wasn't expecting after that was for that drum and bass to turn into Jersey. I've never heard Jersey Club be done on the GBB stage like that before. It was so fun. Look at me in the video. I literally can't stop dancing. I'm just having the time of my life. The use of the double speed option on that pattern that he used during the drum and bass drop sounds really nice as well. And he uses that to build up into the most accurate hardstyle kick that I've ever heard on Loopstation. Because I don't even like hardstyle like that really, but just that I have to appreciate the sheer accuracy in which he designed this kick. Bravo, Duncan. Speaking of kicks, coming in at number 7, oh, I'm gonna get hate for this. We have Yasweed, Forgot the Kick.
Everybody fucking jump! I forgot the kick.
This is from Yasweed's second round against Josh O, where he does Playground, a routine I am all too familiar with at this point. That's probably the only reason it's not as high for me. I had already heard this routine 2 other times live before this, like, give me a break. But the thing that really impressed me about this routine is the way he's able to play with the elements that are going on in this track so seamlessly. The level of comfort and knowledge about the track that he shows while performing this is incredible. And now it's like, did he forget the kick? Did he do it on purpose? No matter which way you slice it, the inclusion of it after the fact made it hit so much harder. The kick being a different texture hit so much harder. It made me physically recoil how smart that placement was. But that was just one moment of the performance, which is why it is at number 7. It is just a moment. There are things higher in this list that encapsulate like spans of 2 minutes or longer. I hope that explains it. Please don't flame me in the comments, guys. I know you guys love Forgot the Kick, but like, come on, just wait for the rest of the list. It'll make sense. Up at number 6, we have Rage's second round in the small final, End of the World. Honestly, when you start getting into this territory, you know, anything placed anywhere is like, how can you do that? And it's all justified. This is the last track Rage performed in the GBB, and it was quite the way to go out, if you ask me. This is probably my favorite Raj vocal throughout the entire competition. It just sounds so good, and it fits the tone of the piece so well. And can we talk about the vibe of this piece? Like, it really does feel like the end of the world. That title of the track is not an exaggeration. This is my favorite kind of drum and bass to listen to, personally. This kind of dark, just in your face. Rah! The textures in this routine, absolutely insane. You have that, and then you got that, and then in the second drop, you have this fake out with these beautiful chords, and then that makes the drop hit that much harder with the, and the drum placements during the build-ups and the non-drop parts were just exceptional. An absolute masterclass in suspense building. And then that outro, oh my god, that outro. That is one of the best endings to a Loopstation track I think I've ever heard. Objectively, this should probably be higher, but it's my list, I don't care. Also, I'm going off of how I felt in the moment at the event, and at this point I had already heard 5 previous Rage tracks, so maybe the effect had kind of worn off on me at this point. I don't know, this is still a banger, like, don't get it twisted. Speaking of bangers, coming in at number 5, we have Saijo's second round against Cardona, Warrior.
Just like warrior, I'm always by your side.
This is a really interesting placement for me because when I was judging wildcards for this competition, Warrior was Saijo's wildcard, and it did not hit me like how it hit me here on the GBB stage. I don't know if it was the live element of it or the many details that he added in since the wild card, but man, this is just a masterpiece of a round from beginning to end. Musically, it is so Saijo, and it is so strong, and it is so unique. Nobody did anything that sounded even remotely like this during the entire GBB. Saijo's vocal performance in this was beautiful. The harmonies that he layered on top, super beautiful. When that first drop hits, it's just like pure euphoria. I don't know why it took me this long for me to appreciate the structure of this round, but man, yeah, I'm never bored. That little bridge before the second drop with the Osbot harmony, oh, lovely detail. And then bringing a little bit of that battle element in, addressing Cardona right before the break drop where he just goes Super Saiyan, just sings his heart out. And I got chills. I definitely got chills live. And then you have this new texture going on that wasn't in the wild card previously, and it's just a beautiful change. Well done, Saijo, for adapting and changing your routines for the big stage like this. This performance convinced me that I am a Saijo fan. I already knew that I was, but this like cemented it for me. I would like go to his concerts if I could. Amazing songwriting, Saijo. Well done. Coming up at number 4, we have Surface Tension by Rage, his first round against Yasui. I remember in the moment that this round was musically probably the one I would replay the most, alongside a certain one that we'll be getting to later. Really smart chords, really smart melodies, the textures and the delays and the reverbs and everything that goes into these melodies, making them sound so ethereal. And then we have the filthiest slow rhythm drop that I've heard produced on a Loopstation up until now. I consider myself to be a rhythm dubstep connoisseur, and I know good rhythm dubstep when I hear it. This shit was wow. All of the rhythms that he was doing with the melodic chord stabs were spot on. The bass fluctuations, the little arpeggios in between, and then the second drop comes in, and I didn't think it could get any better. But now the bass line is changing, we're getting new dynamics with this white noise being sliced up, and then when the bass drops and then that synth swells in. So accurate and true to the genre. Also, I love this snare. I need to steal it. Like the tape echo reverberation on it is, oh my god. Especially during the silent bits. Wow. Rage, you're a genius, bro. The only thing that would have put this higher for me is maybe if there was some vocals or something to latch on to, like melodically or lyrically, maybe. But yeah, this is how you do melodic rhythm on the Loopstation, right there. Coming in at number 3, we are in the top 3 now. We got the champ himself, Yasui, his second round against Rage. After Rage's second round, Yasui, it was all riding on what he was going to do that would decide the fate of the closest battle in the tournament up to this point. And he did just about the smartest battle move that I've ever seen in a Loopstation battle. He walked up to the front of the stage, something that Rage had been doing his whole last round, and he just clowned on it.
I'm kidding, I actually have to loop.
He completely stole the momentum. He said, I actually have to loop, and then he proceeded to do just that.
Oh yeah, bring the bass in.
When he came in with that textures riff, I knew it was over, low-key. If he was able to perform it spot on, like absolutely perfect, he might just be able to beat the titan, the behemoth that is Rage. And he did not disappoint. He sounded practically identical to his wild card, with more of those little Yasui embellishments and playful little mix-ups. This was the moment I knew that Yasui was probably going to win the entire competition. Being able to deliver in such a crucial moment against such a fierce opponent like Rage and pull out a flawless performance of textures like that, which is not an easy routine. Yeah, bro, you got that. You got that. Brilliant battler, amazing looping, top 3. The only reason it's probably not higher for me is just because I've heard textures like 2 other times that year live. But man, it hits every time. Coming into my top 2, we have the thing that made me... That's right, we are talking about Rage's first round drop. I had heard Rage at Hot 10 previously to this, but I was not in the crowd. They had the judges on a table on stage, so I was not getting the full effect of his sound. He starts off the round just pulling chords out of thin air, which I've come to expect from him at this point. That's just what he does. He's just a magician like that. And then he starts singing, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. I'm not used to Rage doing this. Is a new kind of Rage sound. I'm into this. And then the drums and this haunting bass house melody start to come in, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? I think I'm scared. And then we have a pre-drop, and time feels like it's standing still. And then Rage says, hit him with the... and then I got hit with the... This drop went so hard for no reason. The first thing that Rage did on the GBB stage was this. And it sounded incredible. Oh my god. The look on my face, I couldn't even bop for like a solid 15 seconds because I was just shocked. I was bewildered even. Literally could not believe what I was listening to in that moment. Also, Rage and his iconic endings to his performances. That little walk down on the piano into the chord. Oh my goodness. So classy. So groovy, so swinging the entire time. I just really appreciated this round, and it was the perfect introduction to Rage on the GBB stage.
Battles got me fucked up already. This round one.
Well played, Rage. You did your thing this competition, man. Now, if you've been watching my reaction videos, this number one spot will not be a surprise to you. But drum roll, please. It is Josh O's second round against Yasweed. What do I even say about this round, man? At the judge table, this is the biggest reaction that anything got out of me this weekend. Similar to Rage's surface tension round, I'm already a sucker for the kind of genre that Josh O is putting on display here, but Josh O did it even better! Not only did he do it better, for me personally, he did it his way. Josh O is such an individual artist, you can recognize his sound anywhere. And the fact that he didn't compromise this artistic integrity to fit a genre, but he instead made it his own, beautiful. Just the way he starts this round with this vocal arpeggio, I was sucked in. I was hooked instantly. And can we talk about Josh O's mix for just like a second? It's so good. Comes in with the cleanest drums I've ever heard him do. They got me grooving, and I'm bopping, and then the bass comes in, and I'm vibing, and I'm like, I'm in my bag. Then we slow it down. Josh O blesses us with his heavenly vocals, call and response with the over that he looped at the very beginning of the round. Wow, structure. Then he adds a harmony and the drums come in after a second repetition. Wow, structure. And then the drop. So smooth. Oh my god. These syncopations are spot on to the genre. And these are also rhythms I'm not hearing anybody else on loop really do or attempt. And then you have the jazziest chords out of absolutely nowhere. Josh's aura this round was crazy, bro. It was just sliding so smooth. And then we get to the breakdown and we have this like majestic, casual sounding melody synth thing. Bro really does not waste a single texture, a single detail. Then we get to the second drop and we have another syncopation that nobody's really doing. And now we have different bass notes in the 808s coming in. He's inputting all these manually. We have different details that weren't there in the first drop, like the whoa. We have a major resolution. We have a nice little piano, keyboard, synth, solo thingy to close us out. And we hold on that C major, and we're just like, wow, how the hell did we get here?
And that's time.
This is my favorite round of the event right there.
From beginning to end, this round was a journey. This genre suited Josh's style so well, I honestly couldn't believe it. This is a masterpiece of a round. Go listen to Josh O's official release of it on his It's Called Style EP. Oh, such a banger. In fact, everything that you heard this GBB, everything you heard on my list, go support the artist's original rendition of it, if it exists. Just reading off of here, Duncan's rounds, you can find those off of YouTube. Yasweed's rounds, you can find most of those on YouTube. Rage's rounds, you can find on YouTube and all streaming platforms. Get those songs in your playlist right now. Just go support these artists, bro. Like, they're killing it. They went on the GBB stage and they killed it, bro. Even the people I didn't mention in this list, Bannon and Cardona, you guys did your thing too. There was no weak link in this GBB this year. It was a privilege to judge. It was a privilege to react to and analyze for you guys. And it was a privilege to reflect on as well. Like, wow, this really was an amazing event. All you Loopstation artists out there should be very proud of yourself. Don't listen to the haters. Fuck them. Listen to me. I do know what I'm talking about. You guys are amazing. That's going to do it for this video. If you want to support me, consider liking, consider subscribing, commenting, supporting my music that's out, my EP Still Hungry. Whatever you guys want to see, just let me know. I'm open to ideas. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day. I still haven't figured out an outro yet. My name's BizKit. Bye. Love you. See ya. Mwah.